Good morning, students. In the last lecture, we discussed isobaric process. In this lecture, we discuss a very important topic, which is nothing but the isochoric process. Up to this process, we see a different type of processes: isobaric process, isothermal process, as well as reversible and irreversible processes. Now, in this lecture, we are going to discuss isochoric process. In isobaric process, the pressure of the system remains changes when it changes its state from initial condition to the final condition. In the isochoric process, what happens? During the thermodynamic change, if the volume of the system remains constant, then such type of process is called as isochoric process. So in the isochoric process, the change in volume, that is delta V, is equal to 0. As there is no change in the volume of the system, the work done is equal to 0. That is, there will be no work done during the isochoric process. We know that this work done is nothing but pressure multiplied by change in volume, and which is equal to 0. So during this isochoric process, the work done by the system or work done on the system is equal to 0. Now we know the first law of thermodynamics, which states that Q is equal to the amount of heat given to the system is utilized in two ways. This Q is equal to change the internal energy and to do some work. And how the work done? The work done is by changing the volume of the system. Now, in the isochoric process, we know change in volume is equal to 0 and work is equal to 0. So we can write this Q is equal to delta U. It means that the amount of heat supplied to the system in the isochoric process is totally utilized to increase the internal energy of the system. And we know that the internal energy of the system is related with the temperature of the system. As the internal energy changes, the temperature of the gas also changes. So in isochoric process, if we summarize this process, in this case delta V is equal to 0, the work done is equal to 0, and amount of heat supplied to the system is equal to the change in the internal energy of the system. Now we are going to draw a PV diagram for this isochoric process, which is nothing but a very simple diagram. This axis show pressure and this axis show volume. Now we say that the volume change is equal to 0, but the pressure can change, so we can draw like this. Here this A shows the initial state of the thermodynamic system, and this B shows the final state of the thermodynamic system. Now this is the initial pressure Pi, and this is nothing but the final pressure Pf. But as we see, the volume of the system does not change, it remains constant, and therefore the work is also equal to 0. Now we are moving towards the thermodynamics of this isochoric process, means we are going to derive a very simple relation for the amount of heat supplied to the isochoric process. Now we know that for this isochoric process work done is equal to 0, and from the first law of thermodynamics we can write this Q is equal to delta U plus W, and W is equal to 0, so we can write here delta U. So the amount of heat supply is totally utilized to change the internal energy of the system. Now what is this? This is the change in internal energy. This change in internal energy, which is equal to mCV delta T. What is this? This is the equation for the change in internal energy, which is depend upon N. N is the number of moles of the gas at a given temperature. This Cv is the molar specific heat at the constant volume, and delta T is the change in the temperature. As the pressure changes from Pi to Pf, this temperature changes from Ti to Tf. So in the isochoric process, the temperature doesn't remain constant. As the volume remains constant, the temperature doesn't remain constant. It changes from its initial value to the final value as the pressure changes from Pi to Pf. Therefore, we can write here this Q is equal to NCV delta T, or we can also write this equation in a simple form as Tf minus Ti, where this Tf is the temperature in the final state and this Ti is the temperature in the initial state. So we can see from this equation the amount of heat supplied is equal to the change in temperature, or is directly proportional to the change in the temperature if the volume remains constant. When a container containing gas and is fixed with a movable piston such that its volume is equal to 0, change in volume is equal to 0, and we are supplying some heat by means of a burner, then as the volume remains constant, this piston is not movable, the heat supplied to the gas is used to increase the internal energy, and due to the increase in the internal energy, the temperature of the gas also increases. So in this lecture, we discuss about the isochoric process in which change in volume is equal to 0, due to which the work done is also equal to 0, and the amount of heat supplied is totally utilized to increase the internal energy, and this internal energy is nothing but the change in the temperature, because most of the thermodynamic processes in which internal energy is depend upon the temperature. So as the internal energy changes, the temperature of the system also get changes. Then we see a PV diagram of isochoric process. In this case, this axis shows the pressure and this axis shows the volume of the system, in which Pi is the initial pressure of the system and Pf is the final pressure, and a simple line which is parallel to this pressure axis shows that the volume remains constant. Now we derive a simple relation for Q, which is Q is equal to NCV into delta T. It means the amount of heat supplied is directly proportional to, or it is used to change the temperature of the system. So here we discuss isochoric process in which the volume of the system remains constant when it changes from initial state to the final state. In the next lecture we will discuss adiabatic process and the thermodynamic of adiabatic process. So this is for today. Have a good day. Bye.
क्या बात है, बहुत सुंदर।